Okay, hello chat. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing just fine. Let's jump right into it. Hold on, let me make sure that mic is working properly. Um, yep. All right, I'll just jump right into stuff. Right. So today we're starting with uh tank VOD review, about 26 around there, 2600. We're going to be watching Shamarian over here. Make sure these are set right. We're attacking with Rein, okay. And they're defending with like, oh, they have so much spam damage. Hi, Redwood. Fast works fine here. At this point, you have to notice that they have a Junkrat, so we don't want to just run it down main. We don't even have a Lucio, which is a big problem for us. So be careful about running it down main, because they have like a Junkrat. You haven't seen the Bastion yet, but you've seen the Junkrat already. Just counter charge that. If a Rein charges at you, counter charge it. Like, it's very difficult to just sidestep it, just counter charge it, don't be afraid of it. So here, I'm fine with you going aggressive is fine. Like I said, they have a Junkrat though, so I would, like, I know we have a Junkrat as well, but I would still be a little careful of going too far ahead from your team. Second, let me just, I don't know why this changes like every week. There we go. Just be careful that if you're gonna go forward, wait for your team a little bit, because they are all like a little bit behind you right now. And that's because you're faster. Like with your charge, you can get 2 places a lot faster. High unknown user. So you shield, and again here counter charge. Like just press the counter charge button. So 2 mistakes. One, you went too far forward. You didn't wait for your team. Don't go aggressive without your team. Reinhardt is a team player. He is the most team-centric tank. Also, now we know they have a Bastion, so it's gonna be a very big problem to play Reinhardt into Bastion. You have to make very smart rotations. And how do you make smart rotations against Bastion? You go through places where he cannot shoot. So ideally, we want to go this way, right? Play around the statue. If the tanks are here, we can get to here by just going this way. Regional points. I will always prioritize channel points. So if you want to trade channel points, I'll do after. Of course, I'm not going to interrupt this one, but I'll queue you up next if you use channel points. But yeah, your rotation should be avoid the Bastion silent as much as possible. If you're gonna play Reinhardt, which by the way I don't recommend, this is Plat. The things over here. It's Plat. It's about 2600. But yeah, basically make this rotation. Boop. Then come this way. If you're playing here, like the Bastion's playing here. So if you come that way and just play behind the statue, the only way he can shoot you is a tiny bit through the legs here when you come out this door, but that's about it. If you come out this door, you come into his sideline. But if we make this rotation underneath, go up the stairs, go out this way, he has maybe like 0.2 seconds of damage that you can just shield and get your team to the statue. And from statue, we can either kill people here, plan our next rotation, because from here, if the enemy team is not pressuring us, like if the enemy team goes back to the point, then we can make this rotation under the bastion, and then we'll go under the bastion. And then if we can rush the bastion, then go to the point. And rushing the bastion is usually the right idea, but depends on what the bastion does as well. The general idea is the way you counter bastion is with rotations. At least with like if you're playing like Reinhardt, right? Like I would say just go Hog, go Diva, go Sigma. None of which are really great right now with Zarya. Like Hog Zarya, Sigma Zarya are okay on ladder. It's not ideal, but you can make them work. And just Sig is really good against Bastion because you have actually you have 3 tools you can use to stop it. The shield, I even drop it. The shield, the kinetic grasp, and the rock if you manage to get it. Aside from having like actual range damage. But if you're playing Rein, yeah, make a rotation where the Bastion can see you. Also, just wait for your team, like I said earlier. Like, the Zarya is dead. If you can stop the rest, it would be ideal, but we cannot. Don't go. Wait for your team. Like, why are we going forward? Like, we have an Arisa now instead of Zarya, which would justify going Horror Sigma a lot more. If you want to now, but if you're gonna stay on Rein, that's fine with me. We just have to make sure that we are waiting for your team. Like, half of your team is dead and half of your team is not with you or respawning or like. So, 2 dead, 2 with you, and the Ana is respawning. We are basically missing half of our team, and we have no healers. Which, having no healers is a big deal, because again, Rein is a team central tank. Like, Rein wants to play with his team, he needs heal. He usually needs Lucio speed as well, but let's assume now, just for the sake of looking at this. So we're moving forward a little bit, and again, you wanted to switch with Sigma or Hog, how you play that? You just take an off angle, like either with Sigma or with Hog. The idea is we can counter Bastion pretty easily with either of them, because they are both really good against Bastion, and the Bastion is not getting any shields. Like, the Rein is playing main, and the Bastion is just playing whatever he wants, and not with the Rein. Even if you were playing with the Rein can only hold one angle. So if you take an off angle with your Sigma or your Hog, you can either rogue the Bastion or hook the Bastion, get him out of turret form. When he's out of turret form, he's pretty easy to kill, and you're helping your team a lot just by like. If the Bastion is set up here, and with Sigma you go all the way over here, throw a rogue at the Bastion, just spam him from long range, and you just kill him. If he shoots at you, you can use the aggression, you have a shield for rotations. What if you play with the Rein? The same happens. Because he's like, let's assume that the player is the Rein. Ignore the fact that the Rein is also being a Dambas and not playing with his team. Imagine that the Rein was playing with the Zarya X right now, right? Imagine that the Rein was playing here, and the Bastion is set up here. You do the same thing. You go for an off angle, ignore the fact that this is the way your team is pushing for, because your Rein has to contest the core of your team. Like, their Rein is going to be looking this way because of this way. The idea of double shield is laser beam one angle. We can just laser beam. It's difficult to go shield war against Bastion. We don't really want to do that when we can just take a different angle and shoot people. And yeah, this is not really like, the idea of double shield spam, at least there's several double shield compositions, but the idea of double shield spam is to just laser one direction, but we don't really have double shield spam. And also, it's not like you're going to get that coordination in the team. Like, even if you put 2 shields down here and you have these 2 and she's pocketing 1, we still need like AoE healing. We probably could use a Baptiste and a Sun instead of our current support line. And overall, that's just like, against the Bastion, you need great coordination to make it work, because otherwise the Orisa is just gonna put her on a shield, it's gonna get broken, someone's gonna die, then Sigma is going to step forward and put his shield, and it's gonna get broken because they have a Bastion, and we just don't have enough damage to break the Rein shield before that happens, even with like a decent amount of spam damage. In theory, at least. In practice, the Rein isn't even playing with his team. Let's assume that they were just playing here. Like, let's assume that the Rein was just shielding the Bastion here. Then again, what you do is you fix it with rotations. You come out this way. When you go out, you have either the kinetic grasp. I always want to call it aggression, which aggression is the name of the rock. But you just kinetic grasp, get under them. When you're under them, they cannot shoot at you, and you just make a rotation under them, and that's basically it. Or if you're playing Hog and you're playing here, you can, if your team refuses to come with you, you do the same thing. Even though they're playing like with Rein shield, they're going to be looking this way because your team is probably going to push this way. You come this way, you try to hook the Bastion, you play from here, you try to rock the Bastion, and if you get the Bastion out of turret form, that's not everything you need, but it gives your team a really good window of just getting through. And you can just kill him as well. Like, if the Rein turns to face you, then he's open to your team as well. So what I'm telling you is, don't just play double shield stacking on top of Orisa, because that doesn't work against Bastion the way you expect it would against most comps. Because the idea is, if we're playing double shield spam, we have more damage and we have more shields, so we are gonna win eventually. But if they have a Bastion, they just have more shield rate, and we have to take of angles, which is the biggest disadvantage of the Bastion. We don't want to try to play a shield break against the Bastion. You actually can't play there because of your coordination. That's beautiful. I would not expect it at like Plat low rank, but I would just expect that your team is gonna push down main and get blown up at the Bastion. All you have to do is set up for a time where your team is going to push forward. You come out the flank. Bastion's looking that way. You rock him or you hook him. You get it out of turret form. Then your team can get the advantage against their team. You keep spamming the Bastion from a long range, or he's dead if you hooked him. And the Bastion has to retreat if you're playing Sigma, and then you can push forward. Or if he's trying to stay here, you just kill him with Sigma. And otherwise, if you're playing Hawk, just hook and kill him. It only takes 2 shots, and Bastion is a big target. But we're playing Rein, so let's focus on this one. And you can see how your shield is just melting. Good kill. Careful with the trap. Don't, yeah. The Bastion is, by the way, the Bastion is also doing something weird. He's not... this might be because of the Rein is not playing... Like, where's even is the Rein? Okay, he's taking the long rotation around us. But, yeah, like, the Bastion is not playing as at first. He's trying to move, which is good in theory, but not so good on this map, because if you drop from this high ground, it takes a long time to get to the next great spot to set up. He's probably just going to try to set up on point, but what this means is that you can just run over the rest of the team. You charge the Bastion, which I'm not super... I'm not very fond of just charging the Bastion. Like, yeah, you may kill the Bastion, but you're abandoning the rest of your team, and you are down. I guess we're even. I think we killed someone. Someone coming back? Yeah, we killed the Junkrat. I guess we're even technically, but you're still the main tank abandoning your team. Like, if the Rein just rushed past the Risa shield, you're like, your soldier would be dead. Your Ana would probably not be able to keep up. They have like everyone with them. Even if you kill the Bastion, the Rein Zarya can still output a lot of damage, and they have Moira healing, which is better than your Ana healing. So don't do this. Okay, your Mercy's dead, but you're trying to kill the Bastion. The Bastion just kills you instead, and don't do that. Like, don't never charge so far away from your team. If you want to charge, make short charges. Like, even this is a long charge, but you just basically charge all the way over here. So don't go for long charges. Just play with your team, make smart rotations. And I don't want to say you through this fight, but you could have had a much bigger impact if you had... Like, what's a Bastion on point going to do if you just rush the Rein instead? While they have no Junkrat. Let's go back a little bit. So here, the Bastion drops, your Junkrat just dies because he goes too aggressive. And you just... go on the Rein, go on the Zarya. We don't need to worry about the Bastion who's disengaging from the fight. We are playing 6v4. Because their Junkrat is dead and their Bastion is retreating. All you have to do is focus at the people who you can get to very easily. Well, not Mercy, right? But like Zarya, if you rush the Zarya, she's dead. If you rush the Rein, he's dead. If you rush the soldier, no, this is the Moira. If you run the Moira, she's dead. Well, she can fade out, but the tanks will die, right? Instead, like, your team is... First thing first, we could have saved their Mercy. She went for a dumb rest. But if you were here, you save the Mercy, and we are still 6v5. Well, 6v4 because the Bastion is still setting up. Now this one would be dead. Because with you in front of him, he would not be able to just shield you. He would be dead, and then your team can just do damage, and he's dead. Then they basically have no shield. We rush the Zarya, who's again out of the line of sight of the Bastion. The Zarya's dead. Moira's probably dead as well, but instead we lose the fight. Play with your team, make smart rotations, don't just charge into Narnia. I'm glad they are using so many ultimates, they didn't have to. Like, they had already won the fight when they used Shatter. And then they also invested Coalescence and the Crab. Don't... I want to say this is okay. It's very dangerous, but at least you're behind the recent shield. we got mana, so we're going for a shatter. We have to be careful about the Bastion though. Like, even with nano, you're gonna get melted. And once more, you're very far away from the rest of your team. Like, your Orisa is nowhere near ready to go. She actually got moved backwards when she was playing like here. Your Ana is kind of in position. Your soldier and Junkrat need one more second to set up and be able to follow you. Instead, you're just rushing forward. Like, shattering the Bash is a good idea, but who is going to follow up on this? Maybe Soldier if he heals, and that's it? Are you just gonna charge the Bastion? I guess you do, you just run at the Bastion. You get pinned, and we just win the fight with... But just to be clear, this was not a great idea. And it's not a... let me rephrase. It was a good idea, but all you had to do was wait one more second on the execution. So that your team could actually be with you. Let's try this one though. Good kill. So again, we have to be careful because they have... Now that they have a Sigma, they have double shield as well for their spam composition. So we need to play a little faster and a lot safer with the rotations. Why are we just holding the shield here? What's the point of being out in the open like this and doing nothing? You're just taking damage, that's all you're doing. Like, your team isn't getting space, your soldier is not going to step behind you, he's gonna stay safe behind cover. You should be here as well, at least until you go aggressive. But instead you are just kind of holding your shield out in the open. Like, yeah, you should be playing here now. Your Risa shield is here, go aggressive at the Rein. I'm not telling you not to go aggressive, but you have to go aggressive and swing. You can't just stand here, shield and take damage. There we go. Shielding the Bastion is fine. Shielding the Bastion is fine. Okay, be careful. That's fine though. Careful about the... I think you will kill the Bastion here. Yeah, okay, good. They shatter, but it's fine. We should win this fight. Overall, you're a little slow. Like, there is no reason for you to go out of cover, to just stand here with your shield instead, like you did at the beginning of the fight. And you did go aggressive when you had to, but you were taking a little long. Also, again, you charged into the Bastion rather than just swinging and fire striking him, which may have worked if you hit him, but you missed the pin as well, and you could have died very easily, since they have both the Junkrat and the Bastion with a pocket mercy. This Sigil, which honestly... Okay. It's fine, we should still win because our spawn is right there, so all we have to do is come back before the Bastion has a chance to set up. Which doesn't actually look like we're going to be able to do because your research is staggered. Okay, what's the plan? Again, careful, don't go out in the open. And I'm really glad that Bastion is not playing with either of their shields right now. Because that would be a lot more difficult to deal with. Well, now Bastion is back in main, but again, he could have done so much more damage if he had been here at the beginning. Again, we just get charged by the Rein, counter charge the Rein whenever you can, and the reason you didn't do it is because you had already charged to get back faster even though your resource was dead. That's a free shatter behind the Rein. Or you just pin him out of the map? I'm sure that's worth it. Like, the only reason I would say it's worth it is because, yes, you are closer to spawn. So I'm fine with the trade. But you can just pin him into a wall and he, like... You could have very easily killed him with the HP he had if you had just pinned him into the wall. Like, you could have just killed him. It's 300, like literally 350 damage. He's gonna take 345 because he's got armor, which reduces the damage by 5. But then you just swing at him once. There is no reason to sacrifice yourself here. And of course, Bastion just dies. And gets, Hanzo just dies through the Bastion. And gets rest, which is fine. But yeah, there is no reason for you to have abandoned the entire front line of your team. Like, if you had been Rein to this wall, you just kill him, and then we have 65. You could have gotten a much bigger advantage. Good kill from your soldier though. So we're back. And the Rein is back. So again, we didn't get a huge advantage, and they use ultimates and just win the fight. Don't shatter here, the fight is lost. I know you got nanoed. Evaluate your position. We've got 2 people. Your Genji's coming back after switching. Your Mercy is a little bit far behind, and if she tries to help you, she'll probably die. Whereas they have 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Sigma's coming back. Never mind. You're right. Their Rein just fades. That's good for us. Because all they had to do is, like, if their Rein just plays in the line of sight of the back. Where's the bash? Oh. He died. When did he? Oh, sorry, that's on me. I didn't even notice. Yeah, your hands are good. Okay, I'll take it back. I didn't see this. But, yeah. You still don't need shot in either case. So that was... That's a good shatter, I was gonna say. Now we just push forward. And was it worth the shatter? I would say yes, but now we should be taking an aggressive position because we have 6 people and they are missing 3, which we did by staggering them. So yeah, this is fine. Just go for the Rein. Go for the Bastion if you want to. Good kill. Go for the Rein. He's literally by himself right now. He's got Moira and Mercy at most, which are not gonna help him. Because right now, healing in Overwatch is way less than the damage. It can help you last longer, but you cannot full heal all the damage that exists in Overwatch right now. That's your own trap. They don't have a Junkrat. We go for the Sigma, which is fine. No. Shield the Sigma, move forward, and push him away. And also you don't get rocked. We are coming back to point to help contest Pharah. You cannot really do anything on Pharah. Just kill the Sigma instead. You had the perfect chance to just push the Sigma and kill him. Instead, we let them touch again, and we are taking way too long to kill him. Not because of you, just because we just had to get close again. This just kill. Don't go for Reaper, go for, like, Reaper is not a good target for you. You are a tank. Reaper is a tank buster. Keep killing the Mercy, keep killing the Moira. You had good chances. Instead, you are changing targets a lot, and you shouldn't do that. Good kill, but still not the right target. Okay, so we cap. Pin for the Sigma. I'm okay with this. Don't overextend, but you can get closer to the Sigma and try to kill him. Okay, we go back to our team, which again is the right idea. I'm fine with you chasing the Sigma so long as you don't go too far. But yeah, right now your target focus is not great. You're pinning a little bit too long, which is not ideal. You can get spammed really well. And overall, your rotations are a little sloppy as well. The shield. You get slammed, just keep shielding. Decent fire strike. But see what I mean about changing targets too much? You take one swing on Sigma, one swing on Sigma, one swing on Rein, one swing on Moira. This would be a good shatter opportunity. That would be you just took way too long. Yeah. Let's fight, by the way. Like, if you had been able to hit the shatter, it would have been a one fight. But then they use coalescence, they're all pushing forward, they are barraging as well. This is a that's fight. Your soldier got solo shatter, which is funny. And again, I cannot state this enough. Their Rein is throwing by going so far forward into your team. There is no reason for the Rein to be doing this. Like, look at this. The team fight is basically won. All he has to do is not feed. He's got 300 HP. Then he just goes in the middle of your team by himself when his team's all the way back here. Because he shattered the soldier. He's like, I cannot risk the shatter, and he just gets melted and you kill him. And his team tries to help him, but if you're playing Rein and you're that far away from your team, you're basically dead if the enemy team punishes it. And in this case, you and the soldier punish it. And the Rein is not the first time he's done it. Like, even on first point, he was playing like there. He was playing like underneath and going around, which is just really bad. He's not playing with his team in the slightest. Also, yeah, Nobashun means you can go a little more aggressive without fearing for your life. And again, we won the fight and you're switching targets, we don't confirm kills. Here, just 10 Sigma. Just doubling your Sigma. You back out, you shield. 2 of your team are dead, then another one is dead. We go after Doomfist, now we're back on Sigma. We try to win Sigma, in fact. I'm not gonna tell you, just chase one target until you die. But if a target is in your range, don't go for another target that's out of your range. Let me just block that. Right, and we just die. But yeah, the 2 things I want you to do right now is play more with your team, because playing with your team is very important as Reinhardt. Stop going so far forward when your team is not with you. And the second one is stick to the same target, like especially if you have a Sigma. Sigma is very bad against Rein once you get up to his face. Like if I were playing Sigma, I would want to be as far as possible from the enemy Reinhardt. But if you just once you get in top of him, don't go away to chase someone else. Just keep pressuring the Sigma. Are you gonna touch point? We are not. Abakru does. I think you would have triggered overtime as well. And notice how, like, are you thinking what you're doing or just swinging at whatever you see? You charge at the payload because you have to touch. I'm fine with this. Then you just go like, oh, Rein. What did I do? I'm still Rein? I turn around, I'm on Sigma now? Now you turn around again, even though, like, the Sigma is literally 1 HP? Why did you turn around again? He's got 10 HP. And you just turn around instead of chasing the Sigma. And you have been doing this a lot. Like, not when they are 10 HP, but you are going aggressive on someone and then turning around. That would be a good shatter, by the way. Yeah, you're using it. Don't charge though. Yeah, we don't charge. And now the Sigma is full health again. And there is coalescence. Imagine if you had secured the kill on the Sigma at the beginning of the fight. You kill the Pharaoh, but at this point the fight is just lost. Yeah. Rein is a hero that can do a ton of damage if you just go aggressive and stay to your targets. What you're doing is basically just going for someone else, and I know I said that there's not enough damage in Overwatch right now not enough healing to heal the damage, but Rein's damage can definitely heal. If you give them time after you pressure someone, they are gonna get healed, they're gonna get healed. And you're basically trapped in an endless loop of uselessness while you go from a target that's low to a target that's full, and then when you get that target low, you go to another target that's full, and then back to the first target who's now in a better position and has moved forward again because now they're full. You are just rotating. Just commit to someone. Choose someone. I'm not telling you always stick to the same person. Like, if you're going for Doomfist on the backline and the Doomfist just punches away, you can't cross his setup immediately. It's the logical thing to go for a closer person. But if you're close to someone already, don't change targets to someone who's further away. And if you have more than one person who are literally on top of you, just swing at both of them because you have clear damage. But yeah, don't change targets to go to someone who is further away from you than the person you are attacking right now. Even if someone is 1, because Rein is still a hero with the least range in the game. Well, I think Brigida's technically got about the same range, but you get what I mean, like. He's got less range than Reaper and Roadhog, even though Reaper's range was also pop. You don't want to once you got close to someone, you don't want to give that advantage away because Rein is really good once you are already on top of someone. But if you are just going aggressive and then going away, then there's no point. Okay, we're playing Sigma now. That point, yeah. If they're gonna have a Rein, again, the opposite applies. You are playing Rein, you want to get close to Sigma. You are playing Sigma now, we don't want to get close to the Rein. If Rein pushes forward, we'll press the S key, not the W key. Moving backwards, keep moving backwards. Okay, this is fine. You can throw a rock there. Yep, good rock. This is fine, this is fine. Be careful, just keep moving away from the Rein, keep moving away. Move away. You're doing okay. I don't think that rock was necessary. Like his shield was shield up, and if you had rock right now, you could rock him because his shield is broken. So, if you had waited 1 more second, you could be rocking the Rein instead of the shield. And he would be dead. He's dead anyway. Shield the Pharah, shield the Pharah. Like, if the Pharah's causing you trouble, don't shield like this, just shield the Pharah. You try to go for the Pharah, they are basically the only ones left. Fan's coming back, and the fight is lost. Could you have done more something this game? That's right, yes. You could have shielded the Pharah properly, because Sigma is really good at holding the off angle. Or you could have broke the Rein and killed him faster, or just in general. Hi Alexa. Alright. So, I don't think it was your fault, but I don't think you could have got more value, especially against, like, if the Pharah is shooting from here, just shield in front of the Pharah. Don't shield like this to your team because you are panicking. I guess, don't panic. Is my biggest advice, remain calm. But that's easier said than done. So what I'm telling you is, if you're gonna shield someone on off angle, don't put the shield in front of, like this in front of your team. Just put him in front of them. You try to get the rock, I'm fine with it, and now the fight is basically won. Now we have our own Bastion. I would be with Sigma, I would be holding here. Mostly because when they're trying to come around, I can bounce my shots and hit them like that. And once they come through, I can just back out into the room. They don't have a issue to chase me, so I can just make this whole rotation. While I'll still shoot out this way. I just make this whole rotation and I'm safe, right? So I will be playing here with Sigma to bounce my shots to get damage done while I'm still waiting. Good shot from your McCree. Save your shield. You have an Orisa shield, you should be using it. Yeah, there we go. No reason to stack the shields. If you have an Orisa shield out, save your shield. You don't need it. It's getting broken for no reason. And now that it's broken, the Orisa shield is gonna get broken. And we don't have a shield to put out. So don't stack the shields if you're playing double shield. Wait for the Orisa shield to go out, and when the Orisa shield goes out, then you put your own shield. And if your shield breaks, use the aggression. The kinetic grasp. Remember, I'm Sundead. I used to bronze, last time I got to Plat. No problem. I'm glad you're climbing. Sundead does sound very familiar. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't remember your gameplay in particular, but I do remember your name. But yeah, congratulations. Grasp is fine, and now we have an Orisa shield. So the rotation works like that. Orisa shield, Sigma shield, kinetic grasp. Then Orisa can fortify if we need even more tanking, but at that point Orisa will usually have the shield. Support trial from Australia with 200 ping. Oof. That's a lot of ping. Orisa shield is broken, so we put our own shield, we take it back, it's slow. So I'm okay with it, and the Rein just dies, yeah. And yeah, we're just like, we have so much shield break that the Rein can't do anything by himself. All we have to do is protect the Bastion and make sure our shield rotation is up to date. Also remember, with Sigma, you are the one in charge of watching angles. So at this point, you should be like, this is decent position, but check your flank every now and then. Because you're getting shot from afar up to the left, that's why. And she just wins the fight because we were not checking the off angle. And they grab, they're just committing all of the ultimates. Don't use your ultimate, this is a lost fight. Shield is fine, yeah, we just die. Hello, Daniel. But yeah, Sigma, throw the shields with Orisa, check the angle every now and then. You don't even have to go in to check it. You can just like from here, throw your bolts so they bounce in, and if they hit something, then there's someone there. Or you can throw them in there, but bouncing them is better because if you bounce them, you can check for a longer range. Right? If you just throw them in here, you're only checking like the door.
That music, it's playing again.
Here you can use your ultimate. And in fact, they are not moving the payload, which is just silly from them, good for us. Shield is fine over there, we should not take it away. Like, that shield is the only thing keeping your McCree alive, please don't take it away. Your McCree's gonna die now because of you. He gets away, but he could have died very easily, he had like 10 HP. Just flags, by the way. Stay away from the Rein, don't push into the Rein. Like, you don't do more damage the closer you are, you do the same damage. So there is no reason to get closer to the Reinhardt. Also, what's that rock? But yeah, why are you so close to the Rein? Like, he can hammer you at this range. I'm glad he charged, but all he needed were basically 2 swings to kill you. And we didn't manage to stop the rest, and at this point, this is a big problem. You got close to the Rein, he got rest, we don't even stop the... because we threw a very weird rock behind us. We didn't even stop the rest, we could have stopped it if we had rock. And then the Rein just kills us, and this is your fault. Like, this fight could have been won, and we lost it. Not only because we chased insanely after this Rein, but because we never used flux. We could have shielded our McCree for longer. Like, look at this. This is such a good flux. They don't even have bubbles right now. Then you shield your McCree. And here you just shoot at the Rein. Like, again, don't get close. Like, you're basically throwing by getting this close to the Rein. That rock is also insane. Like, 180 flick rock at nothing because you had no idea what was behind you. You literally get in melee range with the Rein, which is, you know, where he wants to be. And then we killed him by killed stress, and because we went away and we didn't even use our ultimate, your team's just dying. And because we don't have rock, we can't stop the Mercy. And you throw a rock far away instead of just worrying about the Rein who's in front of you. You can rock the Rein and use the time to get away. Instead you just rock at this again. And we just die. And we even lose the fight. And that's your fault. All you had to do was like, when the enemy team was like here, so far away from the payload, you can just flux them up, drop them down, they're gonna die, and then you just contest the payload. And stay away from the Rein. Don't get in melee range with the Rein, that's what he wants. Rein literally wants you to be that close to him. And you want to be as far away as possible from Rein. The way you play Sigma is you just choose a corner and go ta 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 ta. Someone tries to rush you, you just put your shield up and back out and back out. Think of a new location to put. Where can I go? Okay, I'll just go here instead. New corner. Ta ta. And you take your shield down. Go ta ta. Spam spam. Ball. Okay. Oh, someone's rushing me. I need to fall for the back. I'll go to this corner. Pop. 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 Someone's rushing me. I'll just back out again. Pop. 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 Right? And that's how Sigma works. You just go from a safe position, spamming. If someone rushes you, you move down to the next safe position and spam them. If someone rushes you, you move down to the next safe position, which in this case, it will be like from here, you have to go all the way to here, but it's fine. You keep spamming them. From here, you just go like, honestly, from if you're playing here, at that point, you just play or like all the way back here. Because you have to keep backing out, but it's out in the open. And yeah, they are just gonna have the point if you let them. But yeah, don't get closer. Like, even here, you're placing W into the Rein. Even though from this range, you can even hit like up to the Doomfist easily. Why? Stop jumping also. It doesn't matter a lot. They don't have very good hit chance to hit you in the air. Good eat on the Forever Rush. And we just win the fight with McCree. Alright, and we have to stop it here as well. Flags, just flags, like all of them are together. The Zarya has already used the bubble. Just flags them, just flags them, just flags them. You've had this for like 3 fights already. Just flags, please. Just flags, please. You are letting them get close to you. You don't want this. Flags them to stop them from getting close to you. You also gave your DPS a chance to do a lot of damage. Even Baptiste can do a lot of damage. This took way much longer than it should have. Yeah, you killed Rein, and it may even be a 1 fight. But you should have done it way earlier. Maybe even 2 fights ago, and we would have had it back. We could have died there very easily. We won the fight. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad you used it at least. Like, yeah, that should die. You haven't used it is good, but don't let them get that close to you. Even if you have to back out a little bit, like, you can play from behind the payload. I know they're trying to push the payload. You can play from here even, like, from here you can contest the payload as well. When you poke out, you don't have to be literally in front of the payload. In the open. For the Pharah to do a ton of damage to us. Don't go for those rocks. If you hit them, they look pretty cool, but it's very difficult to hit them. It's better to have them, like, in case the Rein charges you, or someone goes very aggressive and you can punish them. Good luck. Like, I still got your Breaking Ball, but good luck on the Rein. Imagine if you had, like, the rock a second earlier. Just a second earlier. Look how much of a difference it makes. Imagine we had not wasted the rock on the Pharah. This is so hard to hold. It has advantage big time. Yeah, it's definitely hard to hold. And they have a lot of time as well. But we might as well try. And also the Rein is still very bad. Like, the Rein is going for very weird. I don't want to say only flank Shatter plays, but like flank Rein plays, like a lot of the time. So I think it's doable. I think it's doable. But imagine if we had the rock right now, basically, is what I'm telling you. Instead of just having thrown it at the fire randomly, the Rein's about to charge, you just throw a rock at him. And stop the charge. Instead, we got it a second too late, so it starts a second too late. We get moved, the Rein just stops. I think he gets stunned anyway. But we could have changed the stance, which is even better. And honestly, yeah, this is a fight at this point. Because again, we just let them get close to us. And Sigma is a hero that does not want to play close. You want to be as far away as possible. And I know in this case, you cannot be as far away as possible because you have the payload. But at least play here, avoid them. I think the Rein watches some of his video with Cloudy. Lol. If the Rein is playing here, throw a rock at him, create distance, then you can play here. From here, you can still contest the payload if you have to. Like, all you have to do is take one step forward when it's about to cap. Create distance between you and the Reinhardt. Create distance between you and the Zarya. If you're playing Sigma, you want to be far away. And like I said earlier, the opposite goes true. If you're playing Rein, you want to get as close as possible. If you're close already, don't give up the advantage of being close just because there is someone a little lower further away. We just lose. Yep. Okay, so yeah. Let's split this in 2 quick parts, which would be your Rein play. Which, first thing first, stay with your team, please. A lot of the time you are going like a little too aggressive while your team is not ready to go with you yet. And that's usually because you are charging for movement. Which, don't get me wrong, charging for movement is fine if you're like trying to get somewhere fast. But in this case, if you end up here, while your team is here, and the enemy is here, they can just kill you. While your team tries to follow you, they can just kill you. The second thing was, yeah, don't swap targets so often. Especially if you get to someone who is really bad at close range, like Sigma, like Monkey, after using the lead. Like D.Va, who you can just wreck if you get close enough. Don't let them get away. Unless like the Monkey and the D.Va can use their cooldowns to get away. But in 3 or 4 seconds, like in 4 seconds for the Monkey to get his sleep back, or in 3 seconds for the D.Va to get her boosters back, you can do a ton of damage. That's 3 swings. Or that's like 3 swings and 1 5-strike cancel. So you can do up to like 85 times 3, that would be 255 plus 100, 355, taking away 15 for armor, 340 damage before they get away. with anyone in your team shooting at them at the same time as you are, they will be like absolutely in trouble. Especially Sigma, who cannot get away, right? If you get close to a Sigma, if you get close to an Orisa, don't let them get away. They don't have a way to get away from you, and once you are on top of them, you have a big advantage. Neither of them is good at close range. Orisa can fortify to reduce damage, but that's it. It's only a 4-second cool, 12, I believe it's 2 seconds long, and like 12-second cooldown or something like that. But yeah, just go on top of them. Like Sigma cannot get away from you, or Risa cannot get away from you. Neither of them is faster than you are, and they have better range. That's it. Your advantage is just once you get close, you are a fucking menace. Once you get close, don't let them go. Sigma, like Sigma or Risa, what else? Like those are the biggest tanks for you. Roadhog is different because even though he cannot get away, you shouldn't chase the Roadhog. You're not gonna kill him. The idea is if you can't just chase Roadhog away by doing damage to him and his team, then you can focus on his team. In either case, yeah, Sigma or Reset, don't let them go when you're close. Like Baptiste, Sanyata, Anna. If you are close to them, kill them. Like McCree, any hero with low mobility. If you get close to them, don't let them go because they can't escape you. And I know I said Baptiste only has vertical mobility. Which, yeah, in some cases, like, if he's playing here, he can get away from you. But if he is, like, playing out here in the open, where's he gonna go? He's gonna be like, jump up, jump down. Like, he's gonna die anyway. So if you get close to a hero without mobility, just kill them. And for Sigma, play further away, which is the opposite. You still want to focus targets, you want to make better rotations with your cooldowns, play with corners more, you're playing in the open a lot, check your off angles because you're really good at contesting them, but most importantly, get the fuck away. You never want to be close. Okay, let's take a short break, let's take a 3-minute break, and then I'll be back to do the next one, which is Elendil, if you're still in the chat. Be right back. Alright, chat, I am back. Let me